Hello, 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 everyone. Good morning, good morning. Let's see, who do we have? Philip says hello. We'll be peeking in and out today. Kind of busy news day. Sounds good, Philip. Jim, good morning. Chloe, hello. And Kelly, good morning. All right. Oh, I got some cords tangled here. One second. All right, fixing that. Okay, so let's see. Wednesday morning. I didn't stream Monday. I went and got my teeth cleaned. But either way, it is good to be back doing the normal streaming. I don't know about you all, but it's feeling weird not doing it. Hi, Karen. Yes, it is very good to be. Yeah, I'm feeling much better. It's nice to be back to my normal self a little bit. Good morning, Rita. I am feeling much better. You know, it's funny because I got home and I was feeling okay, and then my son was kind enough to give me a little bit of a cold, so it like extended it a little bit. But I am feeling pretty good today. We had a busy weekend, but yeah. Anyway, so I was thinking, oh, kitty cat, no. Okay, one second. I gotta move the cat out of the room. She likes to go under the desk and get wrapped up in the cords. No, kitty, no, kitty. Ah, kitty, no. Okay. You cannot be under here. Come on. Oh, here you can see. She's getting all wrapped up in the cords. Aw, thanks, Karen. I missed you all too. All right, kitty cats have to leave the room. One moment. Out you go. That's one. And that's two. Okay, there we go. Much better. Can't have her knocking over the cameras. I don't know about you all, but temperature has dropped here. It's regularly in the 30s. I mean, thanks, Chloe. Yeah, 30s are not normal for here. Anyway, so before all the craziness happened, last month, we were working on this page for our morning streams. So I don't want to leave it unfinished since we did so much together. So I was thinking we could try and maybe finish it up today. I don't know how long these vines are going to take, but at the very least, I was thinking we could go ahead and finish it. We got border and then a little bit of color on the inside of these. Hi, Danny. So yeah, I was thinking we could go ahead and finish up our Ivy and the Inky butterfly page. Like I said, we did so much. I just hate to leave it completely unfinished. And who knows, maybe most of you finished it already or what. But I thought we would give it a shot. I also got these in the mail last week. I saw Laura Rafferty was using them, and yeah, I loved what she was doing with them. So I've got, this was supposed to be like, this was listed as like skin tone, but it didn't, I mean, I was able to make some skin tone out of it, but it just really wasn't exactly everything I needed. So I'm thinking, because it's not like listed on the box skin tone, it was listed on the listing on Amazon. So along with this one, I went ahead and got this, which on the box says skin wax colored. So anyway, I used these. So I was able to use these 2 packs of pencils. Let's see, there's our insect we were working on. But I posted this too. And I did this one here. And this is from Laura Rafferty's Circle Portraits. So I was pretty pleased with how it came out. You can see there's you can see a lot of the tooth through the paper on here, and I think it's just the way that the pencils are. But yeah, I was pleased. I'm excited to do another page in here using them. I mean, you know, there's loads of different ones to do, so I definitely want to do another page from here. But as far as the morning is concerned, I figured we should probably go ahead and finish our Ivy and the Inky butterfly page, because otherwise I don't think I'm ever going to finish it. So, because I have a tendency to have a good number of work in progress floating around and being bad about finishing them. So, let's see. Let's take a look at our greens here. So we're gonna grab Jade and Emerald, and I think Jade, Emerald, and Mint, I think is what I want to do. Okay, so let's get those colors here. And we're using the Arteza colored pencils. Jade, Emerald, and Mint. Okay. And let's also grab passion fruit. Yeah, passion fruit. Okay. Looks like I'm already sharpened and ready to go here. Okay. Hi, Allie. Good morning. Welcome, welcome. All right, so we're going to use Jade first. Let's zoom on in here. There we go. Make sure we're nice and in focus here. All right, so it's Wednesday. How has everybody's week been so far? It's been fairly busy on our end. I'm teaching a class here near the end of the month, a painting class. Hi, Janet. Good morning. I'm teaching a painting class here at the end of the month, and at the beginning of next month, I'm getting my tonsils out, but I also have an art show, and I am trying to figure out how feasible it is for me to try to make an appearance 2 days after I get my tonsils out. Not to get us off track, but have you heard anything about what's going on with YouTube? Is there anything we can do to help? Are you talking about the new child video laws things where you have to talk about what kind of content you have? Is that what you're talking about? Hi, Bethan! Let's see, is that too dark? Ah, that's too dark now. Because if that's the case, yeah. Okay, yeah, so this morning I got a notification on the account, and I haven't read into it too much, but if I'm understanding it correctly, if you have child content that is geared toward, there's a petition you can sign. Color Cave has a link for the petition on her latest video. Yeah, I haven't done too much research, but I had a little thing pop up this morning that I had to select. But if I understand correctly, it is, if you have child content, you cannot monetize. And again, I haven't looked into it much since I got back. But when I got on this morning, I had the option of, I had to select, yes, I make content for children. No, this isn't content for children. Or 3, it was, I want to decide individually for each video. Now, I'm going to do some more research because you can go back and always change, you know, what your settings are. So I figure I can change it after the stream when I do a little bit more research if I need to. But I selected no, because technically I don't make this for children. I make this for, you know, it's coloring for adults. Now, it's not like it's adult content only, you know, there's no swearing, there's nothing inappropriate. But technically, I do make this for adults and not children. So I did select that it's not for children. Like I said, after stream, I'm going to do a little bit more research, but I only selected it based off the knowledge that I had previously when I looked into it. But I don't know, do you, Beth Ann or Rita, do you know more about it? I mean, I get what they're doing, because I guess the FDA or something came down hard on them. But yeah, I have not looked. I mean, I knew this was coming. I didn't think it was coming until after the first of the year, though. But I have not done too much research about how it affects the channel. The fact that you're using bright colors and such, and we use colored pencils, it can be seen as child content because they would like watching this. Gotcha. So even though I selected that it is for adults, do they like review that and be like, no, she's wrong, this is for children, kind of thing? Like I said, I haven't looked into it too much. It kind of caught me off guard this morning just because I didn't think that this was going into effect until after the first of the year. Aw, thanks, Jim. Can we get some exclamation point hypes in chat for Jim for his super chat this morning? Thank you so much, Jim. I appreciate that. Good way to start the morning. Do exclamation point hype. Thank you, Jim. Thank you so much. From what I understand, it's if they think it attracts children, and if you're in violation in their eyes, you can be charged $42,000. Wait. So, yes, ma'am, and if the machine doesn't catch the child content videos and the FTC does, then that is when the ridiculous... Wait a minute. So even though I selected that it's for adults, if it comes in and says, even though she said it's for adults, it's actually for kids, is that the problem? Gosh, I'm so confused by all of this. They need to be a lot more clear. Like, more than just, here, select this. Like, they should have sent out an email or something. So, help me understand. So since I marked that it was for adults, if the machine comes through, even though I marked it for adults, and if they think it attracts kids, even though I say it's for, gosh, that's confusing. So I'm wondering if I should change that then. I don't even know how. I'd have to look into it. Go to my settings, I suppose. Well, that's not confusing at all, is it? Or maybe settings. Channel. Okay, here we go. How about I want to review this setting for every video. We'll select that for now, I guess. Yeah, because it says, simplify your workflow by selecting a channel setting. If you skip this question, you'll be required to identify each video on your channel that's made for kids. The setting will affect existing and future videos. Settings for individual videos will override the channel setting. But see, it's so weird because technically the channel isn't made for kids. I always, because the options are, yes, this channel, yes, set this channel as made for kids. I always upload content that's made for kids. No, set this channel as not made for kids. I never upload content that's made for kids, or I want to review this setting for every video. I guess maybe to be safe, I should set it for kids right now. Well, just to be safe, I'll set it for kids now and then go back and review it later. Gosh, that's confusing. Let's see if they think it's so. Beth says, Emily, I'd highly recommend you watch the Nerdy Crafters video and Coloring Caves videos. They can explain this better. Yeah, I most definitely will. Hi, Ariana says, hi, people, as always. I forget the morning stream. No worries. We're just getting back into the rhythm for morning streams. Rita says, yes, it's terrible. You really need to research it. It's very confusing. No, it's okay, Rita. It's important. I think you should research it further before you change it. Well, I think to be safe, because like I said, I can always change it. So to be safe, I just set it for children, and then I can always just go back and change it. It's highly confusing, and the line between what they call child-attracting content and family-friendly content is very blurry, and female hobbies are hit the hardest because of these new guidelines. If you set it for kids, you can't get money and comments will be turned off. But this is not in effect until after January. Oh my gosh, that's so confusing. Okay, well, here, let's go back to settings real quick. Let's just do, I want to review this setting for every video and just leave it at that. And then that'll give me some time to review it. Well, and you said there's a petition? I wonder if that would, I mean, because I know that they prompted it because of, you know, the FDA or whatever. Was it the FDA? I don't know. There's so many different initials. It's confusing. I'm sorry when Rita mentioned it. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine because I need to research it and figure it out because I definitely don't want to get in trouble. But then on the other hand, if it eliminates the possibility of monetization, I mean, I do this for fun, yes, but the added income, FTC, thank you. I knew I was getting that wrong. It's not the FDA, it was FTC. Yes, on Nerdy and Color Cave has the link for this petition. Okay, I'm gonna grab my sticky notes here and write that down. Like I said, I've been so out of touch, like you never... Okay. Oh, you said FTC up there, Beth. Okay. Nerd E Crafters. Okay. Nerd E Crafters. And Coloring Caves. Okay. I don't follow Coloring Caves, I don't think. Maybe I do? No, I'll have to hit the bell. Try to follow a lot of the coloring ones. But, interesting. Yeah, because if it takes away the monetization, then that does, you know, I do lose a bit of that extra income. I know there were like a few of us that discussed the possibility of potentially like moving to Twitch because of it. But I kind of feel like that needs to be last resort for me because, I mean, this is where my audience is, you know, this is where all of you are. And I think I'd have to build it up from scratch again, you know what I mean? Without money, a lot of channels will close down. It's not fair. Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, I don't do this solely for the money, but the extra income, definitely helps. I mean, young family, husband in college, yada yada, you know. So Gem's awesome. She's hilarious. Coloring Cave lady. She's funny. I love her Scottish accent. Cool. Aw, thanks, Rita. Well, see, I did a poll on Instagram before I started streaming, and I was trying to figure out which platform I wanted to do this on. Now, you know, I've got, what does that say? Yeah, I've got almost, woo, hey, that's cool. I'm closing in on 8,000 subscribers on YouTube here. But, I mean, 8,000, that's built over time. I think I'd be having a hard time to get that 8,000 again. Like, exactly, it really does, Rita. You know, it helps pay for supplies and, you know, just other general things. And it's just, it would definitely be a bit of a hit. And I think the frustrating part is, although technically because of the bright colors, like, they'd say it's for children, like, I make it for adults. I don't know. I think what they need to do is not have such a blanket definition of channels, you know? We can all go to Twitch, but this is not the YouTube thing, so won't Twitch have to have the same rules? I think, so Twitch works a little bit differently. So you don't get, so you do get ad monetization, but the way that it works is on Twitch, to become affiliate, you need to have a certain number of followers. You have to stream a certain amount of time. Once you become affiliate, then you can, once you become affiliate, then people can start subscribing to you and they can donate bits, which is kind of the similar as super chats, but you can subscribe to them so you don't have to watch the ads. And once you subscribe to them on Twitch, it's like $4.99 a month or something. Anyway, you get ad free, but then you get access to, special channel badges, special emotes, like all this kind of stuff. So it works a little bit differently about how the income is set up. So it's not just monetization. If you don't mark your videos as child-friendly, FTC fines you and you can end up paying $42,000 in fines. Yeah, that's what they were saying earlier. So for now, I just marked, I'm going to decide for each video. It says, and the channels that aren't monetized at all will really be screwed over. They will end up closing, which is sad. A lot of my favorites aren't monetized yet and barely have 500. Yeah, it's hard. It's definitely hard. Yes, Jem said with her colorful marker case in the background, it's a violation. It's ridiculous. Really? Gosh, I really am going to have to read this close. And if you color characters or Disney, it can be deemed child applying content. They need to concrete these guidelines or redo them, make them clear. Exactly. Well, that's the thing, Kelly. It says if you mark for adults and kids watch, then what? So it's not so much when kids watch, it's when the bot kind of, I guess, catches you. You mark it for adults, but if this bot that they've programmed to find childlike content comes through, and you know it were to see my brightly colored mushrooms or dragon or whatever, and then you know I've got colored pencils, then the bot would mark your channel as child content, and then that's kind of like when you play copyrighted. Yes, if you have fun music, yep, that would be me too. Yeah, so it's kind of like if you have copyright music on your channel, there is a bot that goes through and you get dinged on your channel if you've got this copyrighted music. It tells you you need to take it down, you can't monetize it. It's that kind of thing. So this bot would come through and it would recognize things in my videos as childlike content, and then I get a ding. I would assume they'd give you a warning before just straight up. I mean, because that's what they do for the copyright music too. I mean, I don't have to deal with the copyright music because I've got a special thing, or you know, I've got the program that I use. But also, like Jem said, YouTube already has YouTube Kids, but parents just allow kids to watch regular YouTube on their accounts. That's how kids' data ended up in their collection. See, yeah. Bottom line, people need to take responsibility for their kids. Exactly. I do not let my kids just run rampant on YouTube. Like if they watch something on YouTube, I'm there watching it with them, because half the time these videos that are for kids, somebody's uploaded something and then there's something that they've sneaked in, like something inappropriate for kids, like smack dab in the middle of the video. And it's just, there's not as much regulation on YouTube. So I would be much more apt to let my kids, you know, watch Netflix or Disney Plus, which by the way came out yesterday. It's got so much content. It's amazing. I absolutely love it. Let's see. And then that machine marks you as child friendly. You lose the money or your comments. Yeah, see, the comments turned off thing too. Just popped in for 2 minutes on work back. Hi Yvonne, we're discussing the new YouTube guidelines, but we're also attempting to finish this page here. How fair is it to put this on creators who really can't control who watches their content? Exactly. I feel like it should be up to us. So what could happen is that we mark it as adults. Well, see, and I guess if the kids run rampant, but if we mark it as adult, then that should save, because it's like we're marking a disclaimer that says this is not for children, you know? Like, I would be okay with saying that. Like I said, it's not like there's anything, you know, inappropriate on my channel, but I would like to mark, yes, I cater towards adults who enjoy coloring, you know? Let's see. I watched Gem and Color Cave. This YouTube thing is awful. I hope it gets sorted. Yeah, that's who we were just talking about. I'm going to go and watch her videos because I'm not up on it and I definitely don't want to get dinged. Reed, I cannot agree more. I let my daughter watch YouTube, but she's watching crafting channels and she watches a lot of coloring channels. I monitor her content. She watches a lot with me. Yeah, see, exactly. But that doesn't help with the bot if it finds you using bright colors to draw characters. Exactly. Yeah, so that's definitely going to become an issue. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to need to look into the Twitch guidelines, but maybe Twitch is something we need to start considering. On the plus side, if I did need to move to Twitch, because I moderate a few Twitch channels over there for different gamers and whatnot, I am familiar with Twitch and I know how to use it and I know, you know, how to set that up. It's just not thought out at all. Basically, FTC doesn't really get how the internet works. Oh, exactly. And I think it was just reactionary. You know, the FTC got upset, so YouTube's like, all right, well, I guess we'll do this. And they didn't take into account this, you know, this kind of stuff. And who has 42K laying around for each? Yeah. Yeah, that sounds terrifying. Yeah, I don't know. That's rough, man. Hi, Charlotte. But it doesn't take you, I think somebody said, it doesn't take into effect like you have until January to sort it out. That Jeremy guy that is doing the petition said he was afraid people would turn YouTube into a more vulgar place to prove that they aren't for children. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Reed, I'd love to have 40 grand. I'd be in my own home. I know, right, Beth Ann? I'd start paying off student loans. Yeah, it's kind of confusing and really just unfortunate. I mean, YouTube's a great streaming platform, but I don't know. I suppose I could do like a test run of moving to Twitch, seeing what kind of viewership. I'd have to be pretty clear, I think, on instructions for how people can watch. It mainly affects artists, crafters, hobbyists, and unfortunately these are predominantly women who others find it difficult to reach audience through traditional channels. Oh, most definitely. Yeah. I don't know. Of those of you, I mean, we've got like 19 in chat, so there's not a huge pool. But for those of you that are here, until like we started discussing Twitch and the fact that I just, you know, talked about it a little bit. How many of you have heard of Twitch or are semi-familiar with that particular streaming platform? Funny thing is that a lot of people on Twitch, there's been a handful of large gaming streamers that have moved over to Mixer. So maybe this will be the saving grace for Twitch, for the fact that a lot of us crafters and hobbyists and stuff move over to them because of this. Yes, but a child range. Yeah, and so let's see. Yeah, that is what the nerdy crafter said. Female hobbies because of the materials we use. Exactly. Heard of it, but haven't used it at all. I would switch over to where you go. I've never heard of it. Heard of Twitch. Aw, thanks. Emily, if you went to the Twitch, would we need to download an app? You can watch Twitch on either your computer or your phone or, you know, like whatever system you have going on with your TV. It's really no different than YouTube, just like you have an app for YouTube on your phone, but you can watch it on the browser. There is a Twitch app that you can download, and it's just the same, and you pull it open and you have your select channels that you follow, and you click on those. And like I said, once I were to get a certain amount of followers or something, then that's when I would get affiliate, and then that's when you could subscribe to it and you wouldn't have to watch ads or anything like that. The reason that I chose YouTube over this, one, I had my following, already over on YouTube, but also I feel like, yes, there's artists on Twitch, and I'm sure that there are the select communities and whatnot, but I feel like Twitch is predominantly gamers and not as strongly artists, if that makes sense. So will everyone have to mark older videos? I save lots of videos to watch to help me learn techniques. Yeah, Charlotte, so the way that it works is that right now I have it marked that I'm going to individually decide for each video, so I would have to do that. But when I got on this morning, you have the option of selecting, yes, this is for adults, or this is only for kids, or I'm going to decide for each video. So for me personally, because all of my videos are coloring videos, I would just need to mark, yes, mine are for kids. Because if I mark that for adults and then the bot comes through and says, no, this isn't just for adults, this is for kids, then I would get dinged. So it would be like the bot telling them that I'm lying. That even though I say it's for adults, the bot would see things like this bright butterfly or these insects, and it'd be like, no, she's wrong, this is for kids, kind of thing. So I'm almost forced to mark that it's for children just because of the style of videos that I do. It says, okay, I know Jasmine Beckett Griffith uses Twitch to do for her videos. Yeah. And to Charlotte, you should see my playlist. We can take over Twitch. I'm down with that. And like I said, as far as me changing my format and knowing how to use it, I wouldn't need to completely learn to use a new program. I think I'd be able to figure it out pretty quickly, but the big part of it is I don't have a following there, And then the next question is my following, like, I have you all that's pretty loyal, but could I convince the almost 8,000 subscribers that I have on YouTube to go back over there? Kelly, I think it's because the monetization works differently over there. I don't know how much revenue Twitchers make from ads. What a lot of the revenue comes from for people that stream on Twitch is bits. Yes, exactly. So I don't think that the streamers make money from ads unless you're a certain high level streamer, most of the revenue from Twitch comes from bits and subscribers. So before you can do any bits or subscribers, you have to get affiliated, which means a certain amount of followers, a certain amount of views, a certain amount of hours streaming. Once you have that, you become Twitch affiliated, and people can subscribe to you so that they don't have to watch ads. There are emotes, there's, special little things. And then once you can get what's called partnered on Twitch. Once you have a certain amount of subscribers, a certain amount of average viewers, like I think you have to average 75 viewers per stream, and then you get lots more stuff, like you can do more emotes, you can do more benefits for different for your viewers. Anyway, it's all very confusing, but I think it's the ads, because the Twitchers aren't making, I'm using Emerald now, by the way. The Twitchers aren't making money off the ads directly. It's mostly just the bits and the subs. So I think that's where the difference lies. But see, the problem is with YouTube, like gaming channels on YouTube, they can get like emotes and get the special subs and all that at 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's much easier for them to do it. But for artist channels, we have to wait until we get 30,000 subscribers until we can get those benefits of, to get income from subs, and you guys get the special emotes and all of that. So it's really unbalanced. I was afraid everyone would switch to Patreon and I couldn't afford to pay to watch all my favorites. Yeah, Patreon is definitely a little bit different. So, and with Twitch, you can still watch watch all the channels and everything. It's just that you would have to watch ads. But like I said, the Twitch streamers don't necessarily get the ad revenue. Or they might get a little bit. I could be wrong with that. So it's definitely something to consider. Like I said, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna watch all those videos to find out exactly what's going on here, because I don't wanna jump ship unless it's absolutely necessary. But if essentially my channel gets, I'm right there with you. I wouldn't be able to afford to do Patreon either. I mean, it's definitely an idea. I don't know. Can you even live stream on Patreon? Is that a thing? Because theoretically, because you set rewards for different tiers, theoretically, you could make it like a tier 1 where it doesn't cost anything, I guess, for live streaming. I don't know, but then you can't do ads or anything. So I think it's just the basic consensus is that it's all about to get very confusing. Different question. Why does your Artezas look different from mine? Oh, wait. No, they don't. Never mind. Bethann, you crack me up. Yeah. So, I'm definitely going to have to do quite a bit more research. You can live stream on Patreon? Okay, yeah. See, I didn't know that. I started putting together a Patreon, but I didn't finish it, which reminds me, for those of you that are curious, because I know I talked about uploading my Inktober pictures. I am still planning on doing that, but after the whole hospital stay last month, I wasn't even able to finish all of my drawings, and there's just a lot of stuff I feel like I'm playing catch up on. So just know I am still planning on releasing those for free on Etsy. I just haven't had the time to format everything or finish. I'm trying to decide if I want to try and finish the Inktober stuff, but yeah. But then that would come out of your pocket. You'd have to pay to be on Patreon and not make any money. Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. So, yeah, if this whole thing just kind of, if they don't fix it or it just stays the way it is, Twitch may be the thing I'll have to do, but I get the feeling that I might not be alone in that, if that's the case. I think one of the things that might make someone hesitant to move over to Twitch, though, is the unfamiliarity with the program, because I mean that's all about learning a brand new program, you know? So yeah, it's tough to say. I'll definitely be doing some more research before my next stream, because I obviously don't want to get in trouble. I certainly don't have 42,000 to pay fines because a bot is all grumpy pants about my videos. Emily, when you said meningitis, I got scared. I eked out loud, but I thought of your little kids as that is dangerous for them. So the way that it works, Beth Ann, it says we can recover from it easier than they could, so I'm glad you're okay. Neither of them got sick. Yeah, so the way that it worked, Beth Ann, is I actually was under the impression that meningitis was a completely separate virus. Like I could give the kids meningitis, just like you're thinking. But what it actually is it started out as something probably like the adenovirus or the flu virus. And then what it is, and I know I'm probably using the wrong words and somebody's probably going to correct me later. But essentially what it is that virus, infected the meninge of my spine, so the lining that's around the spine, and then that's when it turned into meningitis. But had my kids gotten any of those germs, it wouldn't have translated as meningitis for them. It would have translated as the original virus. So if it had been, you know, because the adenovirus is like a tummy bug, or the flu, it would have translated for them as the flu or the adenovirus. The meningitis was something specific to me, and the chance of that happening was like 0.06% of a chance that it could actually turn into that. So if anything, they would have just gotten the flu or, you know, a tummy bug or something. So thankfully they weren't in any major danger. Now, if it had been bacterial meningitis, that might have been a different story. But thankfully it was the viral meningitis, which was specific to me. It says, how about Instagram? You can stream on there. Yes, Karen, you can. But that brings it right back to there's no way to get any kind of income from Instagram, because that's the big deal with a lot of the channels right now, is that if it gets marked as child content, your channel gets demonetized and there's no comments. And as much as I do this for fun, I also do this partially for the income, because, you know, young family, it helps, not to mention helps cover art supplies, like all that kind of stuff. And you don't have, you know, there's no option for donations or anything on Instagram. So that kind of brings it right around to how YouTube would be, because you wouldn't be getting any monetization from YouTube. Now, I think you could probably, well, no, I can't say probably because I don't know. I would assume that you could still do super chats during the live chat, but it's the monetization afterwards. Can you stream on Instagram for 2 hours? That is a good question, Rita. I don't think I've ever actually even gone live on Instagram, so I'd have to research that one. Oh, good. I had a nephew who got meningitis, and he very nearly passed away. It was bacterial meningitis, though, so it was bad. Yes, bacterial is the very bad one. We're using mint now, by the way. The bacterial meningitis will take you out in all of 24 hours. It is rough stuff. So, because they had to do a lumbar puncture to find out what kind it was. And when they did the lumbar puncture, they actually had to do it like 3 times. But the good news is that the fluid that because they take out spinal fluid is what they're doing. The fluid was clear. Apparently, if it had been bacterial meningitis, like, it would have been, well, not clear. It would have been some kind of gross color. Anyway, the point is they were all pretty sure that it was that. But when you test positive for meningitis, you are required to be admitted, because they have to send out your spinal fluid to test it to see if it is bacterial meningitis or viral, and that takes like 2 days. I mean, I needed to be in the hospital anyway because I couldn't manage the pain at home. I mean, it was pretty it was a doozy, but yeah, so they just automatically admit you when it comes back positive. Karen says, I'm trying here, lol. Hope you find a way around it. Thanks, Karen. Yeah, me too. I'm hoping, I don't know, maybe the petition will work and something will come through and they'll change their mind on how they're doing it. No, it's an hour at a time on Instagram. Oh, okay, there you go. Yes, you'd have to start and then stop and Rita. Ouch. Oh yeah, Rita. It was not pleasant. Now, I'd had something similar before because I had epidurals with both my children, and I will say it was a little bit easier this time around because I wasn't, you know, contracting while they had a needle in my back. It's so funny because when you get an epidural, they're just like, you know, they do it, you're having these contractions, you know, by this time you're in the hospital, so you're having contractions every couple of minutes. And he's back there, he's like, okay, well, you have to hold still. Never mind. And there's a contraction. It's just like, how do you expect me to hold still? I'm having a baby. So is YouTube going to turn it into adult entertainment only? No, they're just being very rigid about what it is. So like I said, with the songs, like when it copyrights, there's a bot that goes around and it will ding it. So I think it's just going to be... It's almost like they're punishing the channels, it seems like. But, yeah, it's... Oh, yeah, it's possible. It's hard to say. You know, it's hard to say what the reaction's going to be to all this. I mean, there's definitely a lot of people that are not happy. I mean, I'm going to do my research and I'm probably not going to be too happy with it by the end of it either. But at least there are other streaming platforms that are a possibility, you know? So I suppose only, you know, do some research, but only time will tell, I guess. I suppose. And plus side, we're making headway with these vines. I mean, it may change the entire thing of YouTube, you know? But, yeah. Who knows? I'm definitely gonna have to do some reading on the subject and make myself familiar with all the changes and stuff, because I definitely don't want to get in trouble by any means. YouTube was fined $175 million for some child targeted data. Not sure what that is or means. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. What's happening on YouTube, Emily? I just got here. Good morning. Good morning, Diane. They are changing the policies for YouTube, especially for coloring channels. So if you have content like ours that has bright colors and that could potentially be translated as child content, if you don't have the child content thing marked, you can be fined like $42,000. So they're just changing a lot of stuff, and that is going to potentially be demonetizing a lot of the coloring channels. And it also turns off comments, so it just changes the entire structure of the channels themselves. Like I said, I don't know if it cuts out super chats, because I suppose that could be an option, you know, to rely on super chats, but yeah. Could you imagine having to go to the bank to mortgage your home and tell the loan people it was for a coloring video? They would think you had lost your mind. I know, right? Yeah, not worth it for that. But like I said, like the copyright music when you, we're going to use Yellow Sapphire, by the way. So the FTC fined, or they had issues with YouTube videos because children were watching content. I don't know. The FTC got up in arms about it, and this was the solution. That now they're having to be a lot more specific about what's considered child content and what's not. But unfortunately, that's affecting a lot of us smaller streamers with channels that have that can be potentially translated as child content. Anything where you're coloring characters, bright colors, especially, you know, like Disney, anything. So from what I understand, we have until January to fix things, you know? So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Definitely a big question mark in the air. One second, chat. I just need to check something. You know, and it's really just going to affect those of us that, you know, have monetization enabled, because the ad revenue really does like bring in a certain amount. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Diane, on the Color Cave channel, there's a link for a petition you can sign. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking into that. I mean, it's just they're changing the entire structure of the channels. And unfortunately, it's the little guys that are like us that are going to get affected by this, hit by this, you know? Like, why couldn't there just be, like, if we mark it for adult, why couldn't there just be a warning before the video? Because technically that's warning the parents. I don't know. Parents just need to be more responsible for their kids. My goodness, this is not right. This is a coloring live stream. We all look forward to chatting with you. Not fair at all. Yeah, it's definitely not. Well, we're talking about, ooh, could you make all your videos private? Like, we would need a link to get it. You could somehow post them on Facebook or Instagram for your followers, and then we can watch. It's possible, but I also do get a lot of that cuts down on the traffic for potential new viewers too. So I don't know. There's definitely some options to look into. But Diane, yeah, see, members only, possibly. Diane, there's also the possibility that we could move. There's another streaming platform called Twitch. So it doesn't necessarily mean the death of the channel. It doesn't mean I'm going to stop streaming by any means. It just means I need to do some research. I need to figure out exactly what the rules are, and we need to figure out a solution. Oh, most definitely. It is such a mess. So, yeah. It's tough to say. All right, I'm going to use passion fruit now. I mean, there's definitely, I'm going to come up with a solution of some sort. You know, we'll figure something out. Because I enjoy this too. I mean, I don't want to stop. But I also don't want to, good morning, Abby. I'd be sad for new colorists looking for amazing channels. Exactly, Charlotte, exactly. I mean, I guess if I'm willing, I mean, the comments kind of suck that the comments would be turned off, but I guess it'd be if I'm willing to give up that monetization. But like I said, that monetization helps quite a bit. I'd be ashamed to have to get rid of that. I didn't think about newbie, Charlotte. Yeah, oh, exactly, Bethan. There has to be a solution. Miss you if we couldn't see your beautiful color. Aw, thanks, Diane. Yeah, and we'll come up with one. We'll figure it out. I'll be more comfortable to come up with a solution when I read up on the subject and I'm more familiar with it. Like, I read up a little bit before the hospital stuff happened, but I've been very out of touch as of late, and so all of a sudden... You could advertise it on Facebook and we'd have to accept people into the group like Johanna did for Inky Art School. You could, but the difference between me and Johanna is she has got quite a few more followers than I do. But see, that's the problem too, is that I do get a fair amount of traffic from brand new people that happen to find my channel or follow the channel. Like just this last Friday, when I was streaming, I had at least like 4 or 5 new people that said it was their first time on the channel. And if I had it private, those 4 or 5 new people wouldn't have been there. So I think that if I were to make it private like that with a specific link, I think that would significantly limit potential channel growth. Hi, Brittany, welcome. which I have to say, and it's thanks to all you wonderful people, there's been some awesome growth on the channel since I started. I mean, I started doing the live streams like, what, 4 months ago? I don't know. I like lost a month there with all that hospital stuff. But, I mean, there's been, on peak times when, you know, it's a good time of day for everybody, I've been having upwards of 50 viewers. And that's been just, oh my goodness, amazing. All right. All right, we're going to use jade again. We're going to do this little bit of grass down here at the bottom. So, yeah, I'll figure something out. I definitely don't want to risk the channel with, you know, channel violations by any means. Because that's the other thing, too, is if it's anything like copyright violations, you get enough violations and YouTube shuts down your channel entirely. You know, fines or not, YouTube has the ability to completely just shut down the whole thing, which obviously I don't want to do. So I'm gonna have to be careful to follow the new guidelines and I guess label the videos correctly. But thankfully they've given us some time, you know, till January to try and figure things out, I suppose. Okay, there are those vines. But I've done backgrounds on every other box, so I want to do the same thing. So I'm thinking a little over 6 months, more like, oh, that's right, because you've streamed for nearly all of Vicky's events, and I believe your first was the Disney one, and that was in August, I believe. Yeah, because I think I started right after... Because I didn't know too many of the other streamers yet, because I seem to remember I missed the Harry Potter streamathon. Because either I had just started, or I hadn't got to know all the other streamers yet. But, yeah, I want to say... Aw, thanks, Beth, then. I want to say it was right around the Harry Potter streamathon. Because I have a Harry Potter book, and I remember thinking, oh, I have the book. I could have done that. Oh, excuse me. Yawning here. I'm gonna drink of water. I did not make coffee this morning. I kind of went off coffee when I was in the hospital because I wasn't drinking it because they had me on so much medicine and I just haven't picked it back up. I think I've maybe had like 2 cups of coffee since I've been back. But I've also been taking a lot of naps, so maybe there's a correlation there, you think? All right, let's see. Let's take a look at our color chart here. Because I think I want to do something kind of red-ish, but I also don't want it to clash with that red there. So, yeah, when Vicky was searching for the Disney one, I said, oh, Emily, ask her. Yeah. Yeah, well, thank you, Bethan. That got me in it. I'm a little sad because I don't think I'm going to be able to do the Christmas one. Sorry, Tyler. I don't think I'm going to be able to do the Christmas one because I'm getting my tonsils out at the beginning of December, and I think it's like a week after I get them out, and I don't think I'll be up for talking yet. I haven't said no for sure, though, but, I mean, I need to make a decision soon because those slots fill up quick. But, yeah. I've never gotten my tonsils out before, so I don't know what that's going to be like. Okay, let's do... Oh, excuse me. We could do something kind of, I don't know if I want to do orangey. Maybe just real light. Like passion fruit and not flamingo. What if we did passion fruit and like peaches and cream? Passion fruit and peaches and cream could work. Yeah, because Nick and Tina asked me about the Christmas one, but I don't want to commit because I just don't know what I'm going to be like. You know what I mean? Hi, Abby. You can do a silent movie. We'll all miss you. Oh, there you go. We could do a silent one, or just write things on it and like slide it up in the thing. Yeah, I've been coloring Christmas like crazy. I need to get my Johanna's Christmas out next. That book needs love. It's my favorite. Oh, there you go. Hi, Violet. Let's see. Hi, how are you? Good luck with your tonsils. Oh, thanks. I wish you speedy recovery from that. I've moved, like I told you, still unpacking. Sounds good, Violet. Sounds good. Yeah, I've never gotten them out before, but my tonsils flare up all the time, and my ear, nose, and throat doctor said they gotta come out. So, but my family is coming for a visit around that same time, so I've planned it around that so we can have help with childcare. So that'll be nice, because apparently I will be pretty wiped. Okay, so passion fruit, peaches and cream, or, oh, here we go. Let's do passion fruit, apricot, and pink macaron. I think that'll be good. Passion fruit, apricot, and pink macaron. I like that. Let's see, Diane says, so sad, Emily. I'm just new too, and I enjoy chatting with you. Hope you can find a way to stay with us. I'm sure we'll follow you wherever you go. Thanks, Diane. Yeah, that's the, we'll figure it out, because I don't plan on stopping. We just need to find out a solution that works for everything. And I'm not just gonna, up and move and say, oh, we're done. I'm definitely gonna be discussing it with all of you, finding out what's worked best, find out the platform that everybody can venture to, like I'm gonna make it friendly to everyone. If a change does need to be made, we will be doing it very carefully and methodically, and I will be fully discussing it with everyone, so no worries. It's not gonna be a sudden, oh, not on YouTube, no, I'll be whatever solution that ends up coming, from all of this, we'll be doing it together. So I won't be making an executive decision here. We'll decide together and figure out what works best. All right, so we're gonna do passion fruit first. So on another note, so I used those Black Widows. How many of you have Black Widows or have used them? What are your thoughts on them? I haven't really decided yet how I feel about them. I like their color selections, and they layer nicely. I haven't really put them to any kind of an extreme test for blending, because I've heard that they're similar to Prismacolors, but they definitely didn't have that strong of a feel to them. So for those of you that are familiar with the Black Widow pencils, because I showed them at the beginning of the stream, I have these ones here. And I have the other colors on my list, but I have the Cobra ones and I have the skin tone ones. So I definitely want to do a page with it. Like after I finish the insect, because I really do need to finish that, I want to do another Laura Rafferty page with them. You love them? Have all 5 sets? Oh, awesome. Love my Black Widows. Oh, Twitch is a very viable platform for artwork, chat. If it would just be a transition is all. Yes, exactly, Tyler. And I think it would be taking time to get everybody familiar with the platform, get them over there. It would definitely take some time to build everything back up, but I think, my regulars would follow. Let's see. Me too, Abby, and their customer service. Oh, for the Black Widows? Yes. Well, and I see that they have open stock for them too, which is good. Because that's definitely one thing Arteza does not have going for it, is that they don't have open stock on these colored pencils, which is a shame, because I really enjoy them. Okay, and I am not zoomed in at all. Right, I could really help with that, though. Oh, I'm sure you could. Having both skin tone sets is a must. They should have been in one big one instead of 2. Yes, I saw that there's another one. I'm a Twitch expert. There you go. Yes, they're wonderful coming, wonderful pencils. So see, I have my Christmas wish list. I have them. So I think eventually I'd like to get the full range of colors to be sure. Let's see, apricot. Well, and like I was telling everyone, thankfully Twitch is a platform that I'm familiar with. So it wouldn't be like a shock on my end to try and relearn a program. Like that wouldn't be an issue. It would just be getting everyone else familiar with the platform as well. But again, that's not saying that that's what for sure I'm doing. I definitely need to do more research onto the specifics of what these changes are so that I can be as informed as possible and make a good decision about it, you know? It's cheaper to buy the whole sets, and shipping from Australia, I heard, is insane. Oh, yeah. If there's something that progresses that far, I could make a tutorial for getting into and setting up Twitch for Facebook. Oh, that's a good idea. And then we could post that on the YouTube, because it wouldn't even need the comments. But I could do like a full announcement video. I mean, if that's the case, if that's what ends up happening, I could make a full announcement video and then upload, you know, saying, hey, this is what's going on, this is why I'm doing it, but within that video have instructions on how to get to it. So yeah, no, that's not a bad idea. If it comes down to that, that's not a bad idea. Make it something very user-friendly. Sorry, I didn't say the colors. I did passion fruit, then I did apricot, now I'm using pink macaron. Yeah, like I said, not saying that it for sure is going to happen, but that's definitely not a bad solution. And then that way in the description, I can put, you know, all the links and that kind of stuff. YouTube has to be aware, though, that this is going to take a bit of a toll. I don't know, maybe there's just not enough of us that they'll feel it, or they're not worried about it. But, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just spitballing, you know? Would we still be able to chat with you? Oh, yes, Diane, of course. Yeah, Twitch is very user-friendly in that way. Yeah, there's a whole live chat right next to it. So, yeah, you'd be able to actively chat with me. No problem. Twitch is probably the most similar to YouTube in platform style. Okay, I'm going to turn down this brightness a little bit because I'm coloring so lightly. It's hard to see. Mixer, not Mixer. I don't know. Mixer's becoming a thing. Maybe we should do Mixer. No, I'm more familiar with Twitch. See, all the gamers are leaving Twitch for Mixer, and then all the artists would be leaving YouTube for Twitch. So it all balances out. I'm using passion fruit right now, by the way. Sounds good, Tyler. Not that it's the focus, but Mixer can be monetized right away too. Really? I didn't know that. All right, now apricot. Well, and the nice thing about monetization for like ads and stuff is that it doesn't cost the viewers anything. You know what I mean? It's not like you have to buy anything to have the streamer earn revenue by ads, you know, and that's the perk of it. I've never heard of Twitch. What exactly is it? So, Diane, it's really similar to YouTube. I feel like it's predominantly gamers, people that stream video games for a living, but it's essentially the same thing. You have an account that you set up and you have a screen name, you know, whatever you want to set it up as. And then it's just like this, where you have a person streaming live. You can chat with them. There's little emotes that you can use in chat. Eventually, once the streamer gets affiliate, you can buy a subscription to that channel if you want to. Like, it's another way to support the streamer, and you don't have to deal with any ads. But you don't have to. That's just one of the options on there. But it's very similar to YouTube. Very, very similar. Like I said, it's probably one of the most similar streaming platforms in comparison. Like, if you had to switch, if you absolutely had to, Twitch is probably the most similar to YouTube. There's another platform called Mixer that's starting to be kind of up and coming, but Twitch is definitely more predominant as far as streaming platforms. And there are artists on Twitch, but like I said, I feel like it's like when you go to the Twitch homepage, because it's just twitch.tv, you'll see a bunch of videos that pop up for like the front page videos. And most of the time, the front page videos are streamers. Let's see. Do we have to join Twitch or is it free? You do have to join Twitch, but it is free. It doesn't cost anything. You just make an account like you would with YouTube. You don't have to set up any kind of profile. You can set up whatever name. I mean, you have the option to set up a profile if you want, but it's just like, you know, this is your picture and that's it. It's not overly complicated by any means. You know, you just need an email and you go in to sign up for it, or using Apricot now. To go in, you sign up for it, you know, you have your email, you choose your screen name, you know, you have to verify through your email, and then you could just start watching. You choose what channels you want to watch, you choose interests you have, whether it's, you know, just chatting or, you know, or coloring or, you know, that kind of thing. And then you just go to your channels and you just watch them. And it's, like I said, it's pretty simple. It's almost identical to YouTube in that sense. It's just, there's a few select differences. But for the most part, yes. So you have an account, but you don't have to pay to join it by any means. There are options like this, you know, like with super chats where you can donate to the streamer, or you can, you know, once they become affiliate, you can subscribe to their channel so you don't have to watch ads. But otherwise, no, it's completely free. Okay, so we kind of have this orangey one here, but it's not like a glaring orange. So now, before we do the inside of this, we need to think about what we want this border to be around here and in between all of these. I'm gonna get another drink of water. But yeah, I think that if a switch had, not saying that I'm going to do it, but I think if a switch had to be made, I think, oh, thank you, Abby. I think if a switch had to be made, it would be the most user-friendly switch, probably. And again, because it's free, you know, because we were talking earlier about like Patreon, but yeah, it's pretty user-friendly. But it's not like Instagram or Facebook where you have to, you know, your profile is your main thing. Like it's not that at all. It's, like I said, it's really similar. Let's see. I'm thinking brown for these borders. Yeah, brown. Brownie, brown, brown. So let's grab espresso, I think, and or, oh, okay, here we go. This could be a good combination. What about dark chocolate, sienna brown, and elephant gray? Because elephant gray is kind of like a warm gray, so that could work. Diane, I've never used Twitch, so if it comes to that, we'll learn together. There you go. And like I said, if anything, if it does come to something like that, we will all do it together. I will have videos, we will have discussions, I will have a post in the Facebook group where we can answer questions. Like, if a change does have to be made, we will be making it as smooth as possible for everyone. So there's, you know. And Diane, I think you said that you don't have Facebook, but, oh, that's right, I need to update the YouTube community page. But I'll put stuff on the YouTube community page and everything too. So it's I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if it does, it will be a community thing. It will be all done together and nobody will get left behind or feel, the goal will be, I don't want anyone to feel overwhelmed by the whole ordeal. You know what I mean? Okay, so we are going to use dark chocolate, sienna brown. Here, let's zoom in a little bit. Boop, boop, boop. Get this in focus. There we go. Excuse my shaky hands. All right, so dark chocolate, sienna brown, and elephant gray. But we might not even need to. I don't know. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna read a bit more about it, and we're gonna figure this thing out. You know? All right, let's zoom out just a tad because we're going to be doing this border now. We're going to be moving around a little bit, okay? I have a tendency that when I do a large space, I have a tendency to not move, and then all of a sudden I'm coloring out of frame, and that's not helpful to anyone. All right, so we're going to start with dark chocolate. nose is itchy this morning. I think I would be more likely to move to Twitch if other, like after this goes through, if there were other colorists that were going also. Like if we all just went as one big group, you know what I mean? I'd be curious to find out because I know, you know, Sammy has a pretty good sized channel. Coloring Bliss has a pretty good sized channel. I would be really curious to hear their thoughts on the matter and what they're considering as a solution to this, or if they're just gonna accept the, you know, the no ad revenue, that kind of thing. Thank you for letting us know when all this happens and when you make changes. Oh yeah, most definitely, Diane. It will be a gradual thing. It definitely won't be a sudden. I don't know, has anybody heard anything from Sammy or Coloring Bliss as far as... Those are just the first bigger channels that pop into my head. I know they're pretty active. But I would definitely be curious to know their thoughts on the whole situation. What they're considering doing. Colorist world domination! I know, right? We are mighty. Aside from all that, though, I will say it is good to be back. Like I said, I'm feeling quite a bit more like myself, and that is enjoyable. I heard Sammy was going to stop streaming live, but not sure. So does it only affect live, or would it affect videos that she uploads? The few, the chosen, the cool. That can be our motto. There you go. Yeah, so does it only affect live, Abby? Or does it not affect uploaded videos? It'd be a shame if she stopped streaming live. I enjoy her stuff. But if it doesn't affect uploaded videos, that doesn't mean that I couldn't stop uploading videos to YouTube too. I think her and Laura are taking a break. Well, I know that Laura... It affects all videos? Okay. I know that Laura was taking a break for the holidays to spend time with family, but I don't know what that meant for her live streaming. Or, you know, like live streaming after the holidays are over. I haven't heard Sammy say anything about situations. Sammy said she would be uploading content. Okay. Interesting. See, my thing is, as far as uploading videos, is I feel like I actually put more work, like more work goes into creating videos to upload versus just doing live streams, you know, because with uploading videos, there's all the editing and everything. But this, it's just, you know, it uploads it afterwards. Like, you don't have to do anything. What do they have against colorists? It's just not right. So unfair. It's not just colorists. It's going to take over crafters and stuff too. But it's like anybody that does any kind of content that can be construed as potential kid content, if that makes sense. So it's just anything that could, because I guess there were issues with kids watching non-kid, I don't know. It's so confusing. It's so confusing. I'm definitely not a fan of all of it. It's not that they have anything against us. It's just the content we watch. It is deemed child appealing, and that's where the issues begin. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, because I enjoy the live streaming. I like being able to talk with everyone. I like being able to answer questions. Like, I'd be sad if I had to stop. So you can see I'm kind of like doing the darker colors like on a lot of the corners here. And then we're going to do some lighter colors in there. And I'm turning it a lot. Apologize, I'm not trying to make anybody dizzy. Well, I was trying to think, and I'm aware of most of the... Sounds like it's the parents who let the kids on their account instead of watching what they're doing. Oh, most definitely. And there are a few channels who use the streaming as an outlet. They may be unable to get out of their homes and stuff. So it's like, oh, most definitely, Beth Ann, most definitely. Which is really a shame if they'd have to stop that. Like that's just, yeah, that would be really unfortunate. I'm trying to think. Aside from Coloring Bliss, because she's the first one that pops into my head, who else? I mean, because Coloring Bliss gets well over 100 views per stream. Am I forgetting anyone? I know Belinda does her giveaways and she usually has a fair amount of viewers, but aside from those two, are there any other big coloring channels? Well, I guess you said Coloring Cave. But like in our kind of solid little community where we all kind of do stuff together sometimes, are there any other big coloring streamers I'm not thinking of? Sammy's been bullied several times and decided she's had enough, so isn't streaming. She didn't say she's never streaming again, but really? Well, who would do that? And Dee Dee has a huge channel. Oh, okay. There are a few channels who use, oh yeah. Dee Dee has hundreds and hundreds that are streaming. What's Dee Dee's channel name? I'm not familiar with her. I'd like to check her out. Is it just Dee Dee, or does she have a different part of her name? Who would bully Sammy? Like, why? It's just silly. I'm using Sienna Brown now. We're all supposed to be grown-ups, aren't we? That we don't make children content. Let me look at her channel. Scares me, all those people. Gosh, I don't even know what I'd do if I had that many. I mean, I'd probably get used to it. I will say that if it got that many, I'd probably have a lot harder time keeping up with chat. Because once you get into the Dee Dee Willingham, okay. Willingham. There we go. There's a group out there who feel bullying is the way to. Interesting. Oh no, I love to watch craft videos too. Why can't people be happy and not complain all the time? I just don't understand. I enjoy chatting. Exactly. Okay, so Sienna Brown. Well, that's a shame. Well, yeah, I saw a couple of her stories where something was going on where somebody was gonna, like, sabotage the steampunk thing. I mean, I don't know if anything came of that. I just saw her story on Instagram. But still, that's too bad. It's nuts. I watched her once and the tally thing said there were 205 people watching her, and I would say at least half was in her chat. My mind was blown. Oh my gosh. Well, see, a lot of the bigger gaming streamers too, they can easily have that many. There's a few gamers who like have up in the like 5-digit thousands. Like it's not abnormal for them to have like 22,000 viewers. Like it's absolutely insane. How they keep up with any kind of chat is beyond me. Oh, that's a shame, Charlotte. Yeah. But yeah, it's insane. So, I mean, I pride myself on being able to keep up with chat quite a bit. You know, I tend to try to look up pretty often. But I think if it were to get that many, I think I would probably struggle. I mean, I do my best. I would. But I think I just have to accept that I can't respond to everyone, you know what I mean? But still, that would be exciting to have that many. That'd be very exciting. I'm trying to think of what the most is I've ever had in a channel at one time. I want to say I've gotten up to 60s, but... Oh, Diane, thank you. Thank you so much. Can we get some hypes in chat for Diane for her super chat? Exclamation point hype. Thank you so much, Diane. That is so sweet. Good gravy, that is nuts. Oh yeah, it most definitely is. They're very, very popular gamers. Like, because there's this thing called TwitchCon, where it's a convention of sorts, and people that stream on TwitchCon, they come and they can meet their favorite streamers. And so these guys have like people, like they're celebrities. They're full-on celebrities, and they have people that wait hours just to meet them and get their autograph. And it's like, oh my lord. Thank you so much, Diane. That's amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. There you go. If I moved over Twitch, I could go to TwitchCon. I'd be a Twitch streamer, right? But yeah, they meet in like San Diego or, you know, somewhere over in California or wherever it's at. And, you know, they just have panels, and like I said, you can meet your favorite streamers, and yeah. Let's see, I think we need a little bit of dark brown here. Look at that, I got my brown up into the yellow a little bit. Oh well. All right. Yeah, because I think there's channels too that are solely dedicated to like reviewing toys and stuff, so I could see how their channels would get affected by this as well. There's definitely got to be a whole community of people who are, you know, aside from us, that are up in arms about this. Thank you, everyone. We don't want to lose our Emily. We'll follow her wherever she goes. I'm sure of that. Aw, thanks, Diane. Well, like I said, if anything changes, we will make it very user-friendly, and we'll be very transparent about the whole thing. So, but I need to do definitely some research first. I'll go watch those videos at some point today and try and figure out what the plan is here. Well, if Laura stops streaming, I'll be sad too. I learned so much from her channel. Like, she is so talented. It blows my mind. Like, if it wasn't for her, I probably would not have ventured, I would not have ventured into coloring as many faces as I would have. Or thinking it wouldn't be awesome to do a coloring weekend. I mean, oh my gosh, that would be so amazing. It would be so awesome. Well, you know, they just had that kind of meetup in the UK, but obviously, I mean, I live in the US. We could all meet in Houston. I could do Houston. Hummingbirds are at my feeders. I think I should color JB hummingbirds. That sounds good, Kelly. All right, now we're going to use elephant gray. Yeah, I could do a meetup in Houston, because that'd be like a day trip for me. Problem is, it's like the UK is smaller, and so most everyone can get someplace in the UK within a day. But, here, we'll zoom in a little bit. But with the US being so big, we're all spread all over the place, you know? It's hard to find like one location where everyone could meet. But if it was something like Houston, or even Austin, I would be willing to do Austin, I think. I really would. I'd want to go to Australia, Canada, UK, plus US. There you go. Extending that out just a little bit. Oh, sorry, that wasn't in frame. I apologize. Hi, Sheila. Sorry I'm late. So glad you're back. Thanks, Sheila. And you're never late. What is it? What's our thing? Exclamation point. Late. There you go. Charlotte, it'd be awesome to meet Belinda. Yes, Canada. Austin would be lots of fun. Yeah, I could definitely do Austin. Austin and Houston would probably be them. Somewhere I could drive in a day. I feel like Fort Worth might be a little bit far just from where I'm at, but I could definitely do that. Back in the day, before I started streaming, I was part of a group, and I tried to pull together a coloring meetup in Waco, but that didn't really work out too well. Charlotte, I want to be your travel buddy, please. And can we go to Ireland and Scotland? I swear it won't take long. Just take a look. I loved Scotland. I'd love to go back there at some point. There was so much I didn't get to see that I want to see. But I did get to meet Johanna when I went there, so that was one of my bucket lists, so to speak. Oh, Bethan, that's my dream trip. We would need at least a week, though. Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. At least a week to see everything. Oh, you know what? I didn't, I missed this. I'm gonna grab that sienna brown real quick. I missed adding the sienna brown to this side. There we go. Works for me. I'd stay as long as I was able to. Oh, I know, right? I planned ahead for my trip, and we got the tickets like a year in advance. And so we were able to get a pretty good... Thanks, Sheila! Yeah, we are just about done. We got a half an hour left. I think we're going to be able to finish this today, which I'm so glad. I felt so bad that we just like abandoned this page before I went to the hospital. And then I was just like, well, I don't know when we're going to get it done. Okay, so now we've got this here, and we're just going to do like a little, kind of how we just did this kind of light in the background. We're going to do that around here. I just need to figure out which colors. Says, my monster-in-law brought me a penny from Gretna Green. I collect those travel pennies you make, so now I have one from Scotland. Oh, awesome, Beth Ann. Aw, thanks, Charlotte. Yeah, I'll be glad to finally have this one finished. I felt like it was just, we were so close, you know? I still need to make playlists on YouTube to chunk all of the coloring videos together for certain sections, because I believe this is part 6 of this page. How are you feeling, Emily? After going through that terrible illness, you sound like you're doing much better today. Oh, Diane, I am doing so much better. My son gave me a little bit of a cold after I came back, so that kind of extended recovery time. But I am essentially 100% right now. Like, even the tiredness has seemed to abate a little bit. I mean, I've been busy, but it's normal tiredness, you know, not extraordinary tiredness. But yes, I am feeling much, much better. I'm finally starting to catch up on things. I was just so much stuff. I mean, I haven't updated the front pages of my YouTube videos in ages. So I'm definitely behind on some stuff now, but I'm slowly catching up. So it's nice. All right, we're going to grab Ube, I think. But yeah, I am feeling much, much better. I've actually been coloring and getting stuff done, so it's nice. All right, so ube and maybe a yellow. How's the kids' party, Emily? Oh my gosh, so busy. There were 30 kids at that party. Thankfully, we did it outdoors, but it all went smooth. It was really good. There were a lot of kids, but the kids had a real good time, so that was nice. The door is definitely my favorite. It's magical looking. I'm gonna have to watch that one back. Oh, thanks, Beth Ann. So glad to hear that you're feeling much better now. Yes, I am. It's nice to be back to myself a little bit. Oh, you know what? I missed this spot right here. I was feeling just so out of touch. You know, anybody that knows me knows I'm very much about the holidays. When a holiday comes around, I'm just like, woo, decorate, activities, games, all this stuff. But for Halloween, I was still so out of it. You know, we were able to take the kids trick-or-treating, and, you know, I took my time and was able to do some activities with the kids, but it just wasn't at the level that I usually am. And so now that, you know, Halloween's over, but, you know, we can start decorating for Thanksgiving and just like all this stuff, it's much more me, and it feels good to be able to be me, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's do this one first. Charlotte says, I love my pennies. I try to get them from anywhere I can. I have several from Disney World, a bunch from Dollywood, which Dollywood is in my area, so those are major. Oh, awesome, Beth Ann. When is your next live stream, Emily? I want to make sure I don't miss it. My next live stream is going to be Friday in the evening. So here's this. We should be on our normal schedule now. I know I didn't stream Monday, but I should definitely be live Friday evening at 8:30 p.m. and it's all Central Time. Oh, art major. Gotcha. I have several from Knoxville Zoo. Oh, okay. Very cool. Yeah, it's those pennies that you put in the machine and you do the crank and you flatten them out, right? We usually get those when we go to the zoo, but yeah, the kids love putting the money in there and then, you know, rolling the whole thing. Gosh, do I want to do ube? Now that I'm looking at it, I don't know that that's what I want to do. You know, here's... What about our browns? Let's do cocoa and elephant gray, okay? We're gonna make it more like parchment paper. Okay. Cocoa, elephant gray, maybe a little coyote. Let's see, that's camel. Yeah. Sounds good, Diane. All right, so we're gonna grab cocoa. Okay, and we're just very lightly gonna go around the edges of these because then we can do both of these that color. I collect clothes. Yeah, I'm a little on the weird side, but hey, it was normal anyway. No, we do the same thing. We do the same thing. Also, and because I know the cameras aren't great and the machines are usually overpriced, but we started doing it when my husband and I were pre-kids. I think we did it when we were dating too. But you know, the photo machines, the photo booths where you go in and then you get the strip of, you know, 4 or 5 pictures or whatever. Those are kind of our tradition. Anytime we go somewhere that has those, you know, whether it's to the zoo or we have some from like a science museum, or we've even got a few from the mall. I mean, we don't really go to the mall anymore. But we always get those done. And so we keep them on our fridge. So our whole freezer is lined with all of these strips of photos. And so, you know, the collection is we usually do, you know, a silly face and, you know, nice smile and like crazy happy smile and like all that kind of stuff. A fellow weirdo. Oh, how funny. Yeah, Beth Ann, you're not alone. Gotta go. I need to call Mother back. So glad you're well. And thanks for streaming. Enjoy being here as always. Take care, everyone. Bye. Sounds good, Charlotte. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you around. I'd love doing photo booths. They are fun. Oh, yeah, they're great. And it's funny to do them, especially because we all have cell phones. But yeah, it's just become kind of a funny tradition, and it prints out. At one point, I scanned them all in, and like I put them all together. But yeah, it's kind of fun to have them all there on the fridge. And plus, you know, we've gotten them over the years, and so I put them in order for how old they are, so you can kind of see, you know, the kids growing. You know, the first one is just me and my husband, and then, you know, and then it's my daughter, and then, you know, and then we added in my son, and so they're just kind of fun to look at, you know. Coloring real lightly here. Here we go. Okay, now we're going to do it the bottom one. Time for me to go, Emily. Looking forward to chatting again on Friday evening. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, Diane. And thank you so much again for your super chat. I really appreciate that. There's a book you can buy to put them in? Really? How do I find this book? I have them in this tin. Oh, that'd be fun. Going real lightly here. Like I said, the idea is we're gonna kind of make it look like parchment paper a little bit. Maybe Amazon or a bookstore. I can't remember where we got them. I know that like Hobby Lobby, we need a penny swapping club. Oh, that'd be fun. I know that Hobby Lobby has like penny books, but that's just for like coin collecting, not that it has those flat ones. It's a little bit bright. Let's let that adjust. There we go. Ooh, I'll search souvenir penny books. Maybe that'll put... Oh, that could do it. Yeah, because most of those are all going to be about, you know, it's like kind of oblong shape, so most of those are all going to be about the same size. Sometimes they're a little bit more bent, but otherwise they should fit. Okay, so that was Coco. Okay. 1 second, chat. I just need to check something here. Okay. All right, now we're gonna grab, what did I say? Coyote. Yeah, Coyote. Real light, because this could come out very yellow if you press too hard. I'm kind of coloring on the side so I don't have any like harsh streaks of the color or anything. Apologize if I'm making anyone dizzy. There we go. All right, so that was camel. We're gonna do the same thing down here. And if you press a little bit too hard on accident, you can always grab something like the kneaded eraser. Like so. And just, you know, pick it up where you need to. All right, last we're gonna grab Elephant Gray. And I'm kinda gonna go over the whole thing here. Like I said, just very lightly. The idea is we're just making it look kind of like faded parchment paper, you know? Okay. All right, let's look it over, make sure we didn't miss anything. I think we got everything. All right. Well, we didn't use too many colors today. And I didn't actually end up using that ube. I'm gonna take that out so that doesn't get confusing. But these are all the pencils that we used today to finish it all up. So, not too many. All right. Well, chat, I think we are done. So let's zoom on out. Take a gander. In fact, let's raise this a little bit more here. There we go. Okay. Look at that all crooked. There we go. Let's get this in focus. There we go. Let's brighten it up a little bit. All right, chat. What do we think? Yeah? Aw, thanks, Abby. Thanks, Beth Ann. Well, I really wanted to get it done. I know we kind of left it hanging there before I went off and things got crazy, but I really wanted to finish it up so we could check this one off in our book and not leave it as a work in progress. So yeah, I think we are finished. I'll take a picture of it and I'll post it. We are next going to be live Friday night. Here's my question for those of you that are here. Where is it? Okay. For our next stream, Friday night, do you want to continue working on this? I don't know. I kind of did little sections on here so that you could recreate it if you needed to. Like we did a little bit of everything. I'm kind of excited to do something here. So do you want to work on the insect? Or do we want to use some Black Widow pencils on a Laura Rafferty page? She's so flipping talented. Look at these pages. It's just crazy to me. So what do we want? Laura Rafferty or Insect Continue? Because we're going to be using Artezas for these. And then if we do a Laura Rafferty, we'll be doing Black Widow pencils. So it is up to you, chat. What would you like to do? I'm leaning towards the Laura Rafferty a little bit more. Just because I'm really enjoying coloring her stuff right now. But I would not say no to an opinion from those of you that are here. See, that was the one we did before. It's got all this floral stuff. Little water one. Fish. Got some smaller ones. We could do a smaller one. Let's see. It's a horse. Oh, there's that one that we never really finished. That was with the Crayolas. Sometimes if I forget what I used, though, it's hard to go back to it. You know what I mean? Oh, and there's Laura. Face elements. There's some faces to practice on. Her book is great. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead, I think, and head out. That way I've got a little bit of time to take the picture before I got to go pick up my kiddos from school. Oh, excuse me. But yes, thank you everyone for hanging out, and thank you to Jim for his super chat. Thank you so much, and Diane for her super chat. It's absolutely wonderful and lovely. So thank you so much to all of that. Thank you to everyone for hanging out and chilling in chat. And yeah, I think we'll go ahead. Don't forget to give a like and thumbs up for Emily. Oh, thank you, Danny. We are a little modless today, aren't we? Yeah. Yeah, no worries, Danny. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate that. But yes, thank you so much for everybody coming and hanging out, and I will see you all on Friday evening, 8:30 p.m. Central Time, okay? And yeah, I think maybe we'll color a little bit from Laura Rafferty's book. We use some of those Black Widow pencils. I think that'll be fun. All right, so thanks again, and I will see you all Friday night. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.